Is Unravel worth our time? We're about to find out. Welcome, everyone, to episode 189 of 1 Hour, 1 Decision, 1H1D. I am Chris.
And I am Tom.
And we take 60 minutes and play a random game on Xbox Game Pass and decide, well, Tom, can Yarn get hurt?
I'm not sure, but he, she, it looks in pain sometimes.
Yes. Yes, they do. And we are talking about Unravel, developed by Coldwood Interactive. And this game came out altogether, PS4, PC, Xbox One, on February of 2016.
Wow.
So back in the day. And I played this on the PC. It was 3.17 gigabytes on the PC. Tom, what about you?
Whoa ho. Savings on the Series S, 3.09 gigabytes.
Ooh.
Very slightly smaller, but smaller.
Yeah, it's smaller. Like the titular character in this game.
Yes.
Yeah. What kind of game is this?
I put third-person puzzle platformer. I got caught up on my plosives there.
Plosives and your, yeah. That's not an onomatopoeia. That's just, see, there's like another word for that, right? You had it before.
Alliteration.
Oh, no, yeah, there it is. That's it. I put down just platformer.
Yeah, I mean, it really is.
But yes, there are some puzzle elements that we'll talk about in our game loop. What is the game loop?
Use your yarn to solve puzzles and traverse environments, collecting memories.
Oh, memories, sweet memories. Yeah, I put get yarny to the right while use your wits to figure out environmental puzzles.
Yes, I think it's important to note, and it's not really captured in my thing. Mm-hmm. It is a platformer. It is a side-scrolling platformer. It is a Mario game, but you're a yarn man.
Yeah, you're a yarn man. Now, let's talk about if that yarn man had anything good in it other than string. But yeah, let's go.
Okay, I liked the concept that you're on kind of borrowed time with the yarn. You can run out and then need to find more as you're going, so you can get kind of literally stuck if you do it wrong. I think it was really just a good implementation of yarn as a gameplay design mechanic.
Right.
Because, like Yoshi's Woolly World, Kirby's Epic Yarn, there's tons of games that like stylistically like, yarn is in the game.
Right.
But like this is one where it's like you're mechanically using the yarn in an interesting way. It's not just how the game looks, but it's actually how it plays.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have to utilize your body essentially to traverse these environmental puzzles. But I mean, man, again, thinking about how old this game is, this game looks great. Wonderful art style and music. Even the character models. I'm not talking about our character here, but I'm talking about like there's actually a whole full motion video that happens before you start the game, and that looked good too.
Yeah.
Like the old lady, like you are, I guess, a character created from this old lady's little sewing. No, that's the other word. What's the other word? Crochet. Yeah. Crochet kit. And you become alive and help her with her memories. I don't know. It just it seemed like it could be a very sad ending. I don't know.
Yeah,
but someone looking back in their life. But yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say the plot is told through photos. There's no dialogue. It's incredibly artsy. Yeah. But I think in this context, it totally works. Mm-hmm. Like. You use photographs to access the levels, which kind of gave me a Mario 64 kind of vibe.
Yeah, exactly. I had that same feeling.
But they're real photos, and you're not jumping into them per se.
No.
But the levels look great, and they're visually different. So like the first level's in the woods, the second level's in the snow, right? They feel different.
Interesting.
You know?
Yeah. And like you said, you kind of go through these memories, collecting, I guess, certain like images as you progress. And there's also like secrets, which are essentially other little pieces of yarn, like the little designs that you then paste onto. You're essentially filling up a picture book with this lady's memories of, from what I understand, it seems like either her grandchildren or her children. And you're just kind of going through that. And it's, like, and you learn a little bit about this character as well, like, the kind of life that they lived and all that stuff. So it was pretty interesting. And I wrote it as easy to pick up and play. I will say, I think it's closer to what you wrote down here, that the tutorials taught you how to pick up and play fairly well.
Yeah. I wrote, the tutorial is woven into the level traversal.
Oh man. Yes, it is. It is. And it's done. It's done well. It's done well. It's not their first time crocheting this tutorial, as you can see that, but yeah, it was done well. I thought the puzzles can be satisfying. Like when you figure out something, I had that, like, we've played a couple of games where there are some kind of puzzle elements to it. Mm-hmm. And yeah, when you figure out, like, aha, oh, that's how you do it. And it's, then it all comes together. So I thought that was kind of cool. I was glad to have those moments, because it's not just a regular platformer. You are doing these things to traverse the world. And like you said, with the limited amount of yarn that you have. So
yeah, sometimes you'll get stuck in a kind of way and go, oh, I have to like walk back, kind of untangle myself to get some more of my yarn back, and then approach this a little bit differently. Maybe I need to go down and around instead of up and over.
Right.
Kind
exactly.
of thing.
Yeah, and just to kind of like talk more about the mechanics here. Yes, you do, like I said, you do go to the right. You can jump. You can grab objects, but not only that, with your yarn, you can tie it to certain posts and things like that. And if you tie two things that are fairly close to each other, that platform becomes a platform which then you can walk across, but you can also use to jump higher or to get to higher places. You can swing. I will say the swinging mechanics, when you get it, feel great. It was almost like a 2D Spider-Man kind of feeling, like when I was doing it.
Yeah.
Because you can like whip your yarn to grab the next sledge. It was great. It was a good feeling. And what else you got here, Tom?
I enjoyed, at the very start of the game, the developer gave a little message to the players.
Yes.
Like a little thank you kind of thing. And it reminded me, again, because I mentioned that this is kind of an artsy kind of game. It's like the forward to a book.
Yeah.
Where you might have a page, dedication or, a little background information on the thing that you're about to experience. So.
Yeah. And it was funny. I don't know if you remember when they first announced this game, way back when, obviously, he did a presentation, the lead designer, I believe, and it was a very heartfelt presentation. I think, like when people saw him and like how much passion and like emotion he had into this game, like people were like, oh my God, like they felt for him, and you can see that in at least the gameplay so far, that it was like he definitely had, like, you could see the emotion, just kind of like running through the veins of this game. So
yeah,
but and it had pretty good water effects. I will say it was surprisingly good, almost as good as Sea of Thieves. Not there, but almost.
Yeah.
I was like, well done. Very cool.
The materials look like the materials.
Yes.
Which when you make a game that's about material.
Yeah.
Right. If the material looks like the material and feels like the material, you've done most of what you needed to do.
Yeah. There you go. Cool. What else? Anything here, or shall we move on to our dislikes?
I'm tapped out here, unfortunately. I do have some dislikes though.
Okay, let's go into them.
Okay, well, I will start by saying I thought the controls were a little too sensitive. Where I found myself undoing and redoing things like not on purpose. It's like I anchor myself and then I unanchor myself and I'm like, well, no, but I just wanted to do it the one time. Thanks.
Yeah, I agree. That was a bit frustrating to deal with, because especially when you're certain times you're kind of rushed. Like I was talking about the water, your character can die. This is a game where you will need to restart a lot, and it can be a little frustrating to do that. And to that end, there are some puzzles, while I said for the most part it is pretty satisfying, some of them I just got really frustrated with.
Yeah.
Because just like I was like, oh, you have to do it like that. Like, it didn't make sense to me. Not to say, just because I can't make sense of it means it's a terrible puzzle, but it was just, I don't know. It kind of took me out of the game a little bit. So
no, I'm right there with you. I have that, replaying segments felt tedious, where I wasn't sure if it was a skill issue on my part or a control issue from the game part. I'm okay with me not being good at something.
Yeah.
But I need to believe that. And if I don't believe that, that's a problem, because I'm going like, no, I'm fighting with the controls. That's not fun for me.
Right.
And I have to say that I was sitting there frustrated with the segment when my time was up. And that's never a good sign for the game.
Yikes. Yeah. You mentioned that the doll keeps looking at you.
Yes.
I agree. That was annoying too, because most of the time in games I've played before, if a doll is like looking in a certain area, if your character is looking in a particular area, that usually means it's a point of interest. This time I felt like it didn't mean anything.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that or felt that, but
no, I put creepy doll keeps looking at me, not where he's going.
Yeah.
Because it has like, like the horned, like double-eyed thing. And
it's the devil. It's the devil. It's the devil coming to kill this woman. Is that what you're just saying, Tom?
I mean, it's red and horned.
Oh my god! Well, this game took a very dark turn.
Yeah.
But again, the other thing I was just surprised by, because it felt like a very cozy game, is the fact that your character can die. Like, you die from fall damage, you die from drowning, and you didn't get to this part apparently, but I got to the crabs, and the crabs are friggin' crabs. They are so rude, and they just cut your head off. They literally cut Yarny's head off.
Oh, okay.
It is violent.
I had put that there were no real threats in my
threat.
time, but I guess I was wrong.
There's a threat, all right, and it's crabs, and you're crab battling.
Well, I'm glad that there are enemies at some point.
Mm-hmm. You don't get to do anything to them. You just have to avoid them. That's
all right.
That's the end of the game.
That's less good.
Yeah.
It took me 35 minutes to complete that first level. Like,
wow.
Portrait, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And so I was left going, does this level ever end? Like, that was the feeling that I had, that I wrote down, where I was like, do I ever get out of this photograph? Do I just play the one photograph forever? Or like,
yeah. Yeah.
So it's like the polar opposite of the last game that we played, where the levels were like super short in neon white. I was like, this is not a game you can pick up and play in short bursts. I feel like you need to carve out time for it.
Right. And there are, like, you can't save. You have to get to certain save spots. And then, which can be kind of lame, especially if you just finished a frustrating puzzle and then you haven't gotten to that save point yet. And it's like, what the heck?
Yeah,
that's annoying.
If a crab gets you before you save, that'd be some disaster.
It is disaster. What else is a disaster is I happened to look at the menus for this game, and lo and behold, EA being EA of old, I don't know how they are. This is an older game, but they're collecting usage data on a single player platformer game. That is like, what is going on? Why?
Of course they are.
Why do you want, what is... Get out of here. Get out of here, EA. You kidding me? This is ridiculous. So that's messed up.
Yeah.
I turned that off as soon as I found that.
And I don't blame you.
Yeah. I mean, come on. Let me just play my game, even though I'm sure Microsoft's monitoring me. That's a different story. Yeah. Anything else here that you wanted to bring up? I
put as my final dislike that I thought the music started to get on my nerves at the end. And I think some of that is that it is repetitious. And some of it is that I'm replaying segments of the game.
Right.
And so it's like you keep hearing those same musical cues over and over again.
Right.
And it's like, I don't know. I think I was just frustrated. I was just cranky at the end of my hour. And so everything was bothering me.
That's, well, I guess we kind of know where you're going with your thoughts, final decision there.
Yeah,
but
maybe.
Spoiler. But cool. Yeah. The only other thing I had to bring up was the game just like, as we do stream these games on Twitch, the game just kind of jumps right in, which generally is okay. But like, it's just like you hit new game and boom, goes right into the game. So it's like, I had to like stop, get out of the game. Like, so I completely missed the whole cinematic at the beginning. And then start over. And it was like, are you sure you want to do that? And I was like, yes, I do. Goodbye. And then went about my business. But it was, just a little menu annoyance there, but not that big of a deal. So cool. All right, let's get to our other thoughts then. How Long to Beat says this game takes about 6 hours to complete. So not bad. This game does not, though, have xCloud capability. Oh. But there is for the sequel.
Oh.
Yeah, Unravel 2, which we are not playing. We're playing the first one. Surprisingly, we're playing the first one.
Is it Unravel number 2 or is it Unravel TOO?
No, it's Unravel TWO. They wrote out TWO.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, I know.
Should have gone with also Unravel. Unravel.
Yeah, or something. Be a little clever. But what do you got here, Tom?
Though it apparently was never stated in the game, I certainly didn't see it. The little protagonist's name is Yarny.
Yes.
The game designer created a Yarny doll out of tire wire and yarn during a camping trip. And that's what served as inspiration for making a game. And that was combined with the landscape of Sweden, which is what inspired like the backgrounds and the puzzles and the whole shebang. So out on a camping trip, not, with plenty of time on your hands, you make a little doll, you enjoy the scenery, and you come up with the game design.
Yeah, he made a creepy doll, creepy devil doll.
It's always watching you.
Oh. Yes, it is. Ugh. Well, Tom, I guess we got to find out if we're keeping this on our respective hard drives, or like a Nickelback song, we are throwing it out and never hearing of it again.
So I'll go first on account of you probably can guess where I'm going with this. So at first, this is the kind of game that seems like it'd be a good game to play and like chill out to, right? Like it presents itself in that way.
Yeah.
But I ended up just really frustrated with it.
Yeah.
And so I've got better options. I don't need to play things that frustrate me. There's plenty of stuff on Game Pass that doesn't frustrate me.
This is true.
So
yeah,
toodles.
Right. Toodles to Yarny for you.
Yes.
Well, for me, even though I was frustrated, I'm just kind of curious to see where this journey takes me. Does this really go that dark in terms of like, are we going to like end up on this lady's like deathbed or something like that? Oh my God. Like that would be terrifying. And it is fairly short. It's 6 hours.
Yeah.
I already paid a sixth of it. I'm like, all right, you know what? I'll keep playing. I'll give it a shot.
It does seem like you did better than me, so.
Yeah, I guess so. But it was still frustrating. Don't get me wrong. So those are our thoughts. Let us know what you think of this game. Follow us and say hello on Twitter or Threads at TC1H1D. Shoot us an email at TC1H1D@outlook.com. Check out our next streams on Twitch at twitch.tv/1H1D. And hey, this is also on YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube, did you know that this character's name was Yarny? I did, but that's because I remember the game. Tom just didn't at all. So that's that. But 1H1D is part of the QTV network. And if you like any great gaming content, check it all out at quitthebill.com/network.
Yep.
Now, Tom.
Yes.
Now, Tom, we need to find out what we're playing next. So let's hit that surprise me button. Here we go.
I want to know what it is.
Oh, another kind of oldie.
Goodish.
Maybe a goodie. We'll find out. Crash Bandicoot, the Insane Trilogy.
I have not played Crash Bandicoot. He lived on the PlayStation, which was verboten.
Oh, really? For you? My God.
I was a Nintendo kid.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. But that's what we're playing now, Tom, so deal with it.
I guess I got to suck it up.
Suck it up. But that's our time for this episode. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in to this one, and we will catch you on the next one.
Thanks, everybody.